They left. You begged, you questioned your worth, and now you feel like you're not enough. Let's get something straight. Their absence does not define your value. You don't need them back. You need you back. This isn't about moving on. It's about coming home to yourself. Section 1. Feel everything without shame. So let's begin here, where it hurts. You miss them. You replay conversations in your head. You wonder if you said too much or not enough. Your chest aches in places you didn't know could ache. And despite everything they did or didn't do, you still want them to care. That's not weakness. That's being human. Breakups feel like loss because they are loss, the loss of a future you imagined, a version of you that existed only in that relationship. So stop telling yourself to get over it like there's a switch you can flip. You're not a robot, you're a person. And right now, you're grieving. But here's the truth. Most people skip this part. They rush to distractions. They numb themselves with attention, rebound flings, endless scrolling, constant noise. Because silence is where the truth lives. And sometimes it's unbearable, but not for you, not anymore. If you want to love yourself again, you have to feel first. Feel the sting of abandonment. Feel the anger that you swallowed to keep the peace. Feel the betrayal of being lied to, or worse, overlooked. Sit with it. Not forever, but long enough to know your pain matters. This part isn't pretty. You'll cry in parking lots. You'll stare at your phone waiting for a message that's not coming. You'll tell yourself, I just want closure. But what you actually need is compassion from you. So say it to yourself. It's okay to feel this. It's okay to hurt. This is not who I'll always be, but it's where I am now. You don't rush wounds into healing. You clean them. You protect them. You let them bleed a little, and then you let them breathe. That's where real self-love begins. Not in affirmations, not in spa days or new haircuts, but in the radical permission to feel, without shame, without numbing, without pretending you're fine. This is where the healing begins. Section 2. Reclaim who you were before them. You weren't born loving them. You had a whole life before they ever walked in. Dreams, hobbies, quirks, thoughts that were purely yours. You laughed without checking who was watching. You made plans without asking for permission. You were whole, not perfect, but whole. Then love came in, and with it, compromise. Now listen closely. Compromise isn't bad. But when it becomes erosion, when little pieces of you start vanishing to keep someone else comfortable, that's not love. That's abandonment in disguise. So now that they're gone, here's the uncomfortable gift they left behind. Space. Space to remember who you were before them. And more importantly, space to become someone even stronger than that version. Start small. Go back to the book you never finished. Play that playlist you used to blast when no one was home. Reach out to a friend you lost touch with because the relationship always came first. Eat your favorite food, alone, proudly. Relearn your voice when you're not softening it for someone else's ego. You are not just someone's ex. You are not the rejected. You are not the broken one. You are you. And maybe, for the first time in a long time, you finally get to meet yourself without being filtered through someone else's expectations. This isn't about becoming better, so they regret leaving. It's not about revenge. It's about remembrance. You are not starting from scratch. You are returning to yourself, stronger, wiser, a little bruised maybe, but far from broken. Section 3. Become the person you promised yourself you'd be. There's a moment, after the crying, after the silence, after the endless scroll through old photos, when something shifts. It's quiet, but powerful. It's the moment you stop, asking, why did they leave me? And start asking, why was I holding on to someone who didn't choose me? And just like that, the healing begins, not because it doesn't hurt anymore, but because you finally choose you. Here's the truth no one tells you. Self-love isn't some magical emotion that appears when you say affirmations in the mirror. It's built in the hard decisions, the tiny promises you keep to yourself. You love yourself when you stop answering texts that only show up at midnight. You love yourself when you walk away from people who only want the easy parts of you. You love yourself when you raise your standards, not out of ego, but because you finally understand what you're worth. This isn't about becoming harder. It's about becoming clearer. Clear about what you want. Clear about what you won't. Tolerate again. Clear about the energy you allow into your life. You're not healing to go back to who you were before the relationship. You're healing to become someone wiser, calmer, and stronger. So stop chasing closure. Stop rewriting texts in your head. Stop fantasizing about the version of them that never really existed. Focus on becoming the version of you that you've always deserved to be. Someone rooted, someone self-respecting, someone magnetic. Not because they're trying to be loved, but because they already are. And the best part, when you reach this place, you won't need anyone to choose you anymore. Because you already did. Section 4. Detox your mind, ruthlessly. Your heart isn't the only thing that got tangled in the relationship. Your mind did too. Right now, you might be replaying moments on loop, the good ones that make you doubt your decision, and the painful ones that make you question your worth. That mental loop, it's emotional poison. You cannot heal in the same mental space that broke you. So here's what you do. Unfollow, mute, block if you have to. Not to be petty, but to protect your peace. Remove the songs that tear open your chest. Clear out the messages you keep rereading for signs. Stop decoding their silence like it's a language you're supposed to understand. Your mind needs space to breathe, not to cling, not to analyze, not to hope. Because healing doesn't happen when you keep scratching the wound. It happens when you finally let the silence settle and make peace with it. Section 5. Redefine what love actually means. One of the hardest truths. You may not have known what real love looked like. Maybe you thought love meant fixing someone, or being chosen eventually, or accepting breadcrumbs because at least it was something. But real love? It doesn't leave you in confusion. It doesn't keep you guessing. It doesn't drain you just to feel seen. Now is your time to redefine love, not as fireworks or chaos, but as something calm, secure, and mutual. Love is not proving your worth. Love is two people who already know theirs. You're not asking for too much. You were just asking the wrong person. Let this breakup be your awakening, to stop chasing emotionally unavailable people and start attracting what's emotionally safe. You get what you believe you deserve. So now, believe better. Section 6. Build the life that makes you proud. At some point, you'll stop thinking about them. You won't remember the exact day, but you'll notice it's been weeks since you last checked their page or wondered if they miss you. That's the moment you're free, not because you forgot them, but because you remembered yourself. Now's the time to build. Pick up the dreams you set down to accommodate someone else's comfort. Say yes to new experiences. Take yourself out. Read, lift, write, heal. Stop waiting to be loved in order to live fully. Live fully, and watch love align itself with that. Your power is not in being needed. It's in becoming whole, with or without them. Let your glow up not just be in your looks, but in your peace, your presence, your standards. You are not the same person who broke, and you'll never settle for what once broke you. So here you are, bruised, but not broken, wounded, but wiser. You've walked through the storm. You've sat in silence with your pain. And somehow, you're still standing. Let me tell you what that means. You're no longer the version of you who begged to be chosen. You're not the one who chased people just to feel enough. You're not surviving. You're evolving. This is your turning point. You get to write a new story, where your worth isn't tied to someone's presence, where your peace isn't compromised by inconsistency, where love doesn't come at the cost of yourself. You've cried. You've hurt. You've healed. Now rise. You're not here to settle. You're here to shine, unapologetically, unbreakably, unforgettably. And if someone wants to love you now, they'll have to meet you where you are, at your highest. Not at your lowest, so walk forward, not bitter, not broken, but rebuilt, reborn. And finally, enough for yourself.